Hello everyone, today we'll be playing.
Wait, Tabby!
Tabby stomped into the adjacent room. I gotta say, why she would be mad? At the sight of the caged plastic skeletons lining the wall, she felt slightly calmer. She waited for someone to pop up, a high school scare actor waiting for them in the wings or something. But no one came except Eden. The sound of his shoes echoed in the large space.
Listen, Tabby.
What? Tabby ignored him. Oh. Instead, she focused on the directly familiar tingling sensation on her skin. Magician's magic.
Are we already at the center of the mansion?
To be honest, Tabby had forgotten about her mission in the heat of her emotions. What are we about to do? Where was strength to keep you on track when you needed him? In your backpack? She could still feel the little guy in the pocket of her hoodie. Oh, hoodie, sorry.
He doesn't have enough strength to break out of the tape, apparently.
Tabs?
Well, he wouldn't approve of this anyway. He can keep napping a little longer.
Tabby? Hey, are you okay? You look worried.
Caleb's instructions came to mind. She was supposed to break Eden down now, right? She was allowed to take him out? Good. He deserved it.
I'm fine. I don't need you to worry about me. It's none of your business.
If you're scared, that's okay. We're in this together, Tabs.
Oh.
I'm taking your concerns seriously, okay?
Okay, that's great, but you're kind of ignoring the conversation previously.
Let's finish the rest together and get out of here.
Eden held out his hand.
If you need it. Friends don't leave friends hanging.
I can slap his hand away, reject him verbally, or hesitate. I'm supposed to break him down, but I don't wanna. I feel like this could be a conversation. Dude, I'm hesitating right now. Hesitate. Tabby stared at Eden's hand, not sure what to do with it. She shook her head and scowled.
I'm not going anywhere with you.
Oh.
Friends? Yeah, right.
Eden pulled his hand back to his side, looking hurt for a split second before laughing it off.
I get it. I know I'm not your favorite person. Even if you ask me to be here, I can see why with the whole zoo situation. And the hair stuff. I have been thinking about it since we talked to Mr. Teacher on Monday. I'm sorry. I did a really stupid thing. Many stupid things. And didn't really take responsibility for it.
That's what I was saying. Yeah. So this will be really good. Yeah.
I know saying sorry doesn't solve anything. But I do feel bad, okay?
I feel like this conversation's going okay.
I forgot a lot of this stuff happened because, I don't know, we were kids.
I don't know if that's a good reason right here. I feel like maybe he didn't want to admit that he could be in the wrong for something, maybe. I don't know.
And I don't like to think about the bad stuff.
Exactly.
How lucky for him to be able to forget.
I know it's probably not fair to you.
No, it wasn't.
You're not the only one either. Even with Caleb. We're best friends, but there's things I've blocked out. I'm so grateful he stuck with me in spite of everything that's happened between us. He's the coolest guy I know for bouncing back and being such a good friend. I don't know. It gives me hope that we might be friends too someday, Tabs.
Excuse me?
Anyway, what I was trying to say was that your hair looks great now. You can't even tell anything happened to it.
Tabby felt a wave of red-hot rage overtake her again.
No thanks to you. You know who did the crying and the brushing and the braiding to get to this point. Not you!
But I mean it. It looks really nice. You did a good job growing it out.
Okay, yeah, it seems like he owned up to it, and she definitely doesn't want to accept his apology, which is fine. She doesn't have to.
I hope you get to forget about it soon so it doesn't bother you anymore.
Call out Eden's toxic positivity. Call Eden a liar. Honestly, this one might be the best one. I don't know. I did acknowledge it, but I don't know if I'd call him a liar. More like he's overly positive even when he's in the wrong of something. Which he, like I say, he did apologize, which is good, but...
What is wrong with you?
Huh?
First, you minimize something that really hurt me.
Yeah, exactly. This is what I'm saying.
Then, you tell me I should get over it because it's all sunshine and rainbows now.
Yeah.
You're a bullying jerk who laughs at other people's pain like we're the stupid ones for feeling bad.
I don't think he's necessarily laughing at me.
And you still think we'll be friends?
Ouch. Not pulling any punches today, Taps.
Do you hear yourself? A normal person would not be laughing right now. Stop acting like everything's gonna be okay all the time, you freak!
Okay, don't need to call him a freak.
I know you're yelling, but it just feels like business as usual coming from you. It's nice and familiar, almost comforting.
You're not listening. Tabby screamed with rage. This wasn't working. She was the one getting worked up, not Eden. Somewhere through the fog of frustration, Tabby managed to ground herself on one plan of action. She needed to hit Eden where it really hurt.
If I was Calum, I would hate your guts. Actually, I know he does. He hates you. 100%.
I ain't true.
He's probably scheming against you right now.
Eden shook his head.
Calum? There's no way. He's my best friend. He's always stood up for me. I trust him with my life.
Infuriatingly, Tabby could hear the smile in his voice. Luckily, she had proof that their relationship wasn't as rock solid as Eden believed. Calum put Eden down. Calum hates Eden's costumes. Calum hasn't forgiven Eden. This is more correct in my opinion.
I don't know what you did to Calum, but he definitely hasn't forgiven you for it. I know because he told me you were a menace. Me! A random stranger! He even said you're the kind of guy who kicks puppies when they're already down.
She has a point. He did say these things. Eden stiffened.
Jackpot. Why would he say that if he's such a saint? If he's really forgiven you? Is that how friendships work? One person is an oblivious idiot, while the other one hates their guts. In fact...
Oh, I have to say all of them? Does he actually hate his costumes? I forget if he said that. He does put them down though, doesn't he?
You're not too dense to notice. Calum talks about you like you're beneath him, to your face.
Oh, he does he?
He makes fun of your choices, your hair, your grades, your drawings.
Eden was silent.
Is he really your best friend if he's always putting you down?
Tabby racked her brain for more proof.
And actually, you heard him in the hallway, didn't you? I know you did. He said your prototypes were comically hideous failures.
Dude, I forgot about that.
What makes you think he's not laughing at you behind your back about the one you're wearing?
Eden didn't meet Tabby's eyes.
Is that something you say about your best friend's hard work?
I'm not sure this is the best thing to be doing, but it is true. And I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this.
Or is it what you say about someone you're just pretending to be friends with?
That's kind of crazy. He's pretending to be his friend to just like hurt him later. That doesn't make him a better person by doing that.
That's just... I'm sure it was a joke.
Eden's shoulders dropped slightly.
I...
Eden took a deep breath, then shook his head, chuckling to himself.
Are you kidding me? There is no way Eden is this resilient. I saw the cracks.
I know you're just being grumpy, Tabs.
Just being grumpy? So what? Nothing I said mattered?
Bad-mouthing is part of your MO, Tabby. Maybe you haven't realized it, but...
You don't even know me. You don't know the first thing about me.
I know you're lashing out. You always do this, making things a bigger deal than they really are.
He's doing it again. He's doing it again.
Maybe I wouldn't if someone didn't just laugh off real problems every time, instead of accepting that some things are actually bad.
Is it bad to be positive?
It's bad to be this positive. There is a such thing as toxic positivity.
Yes, when you're like an ostrich in the sand. You're so selfish! Does it help anyone but you to pretend like you can't see what's happening?
Oh, and you're good at seeing what's really happening? All you do is cry to the adults when things don't go your way. You're always a victim.
I am a victim.
Not every time. You know, sometimes you hurt people too, Tabby.
That's true.
Oh, sure. Which one of us is a literal bully?
You keep saying that like it's a fact, but you don't know me either. You don't know what I go through. What I'm thinking, why I'm like this.
It doesn't matter. You don't bully people. Tabby rolled her eyes.
Boo-hoo, the bully has a backstory. Tell that to someone who cares. Oh, wait. You're so insufferable, nobody wants to hear your sob stories. Especially not Calum.
Eden flinched. Tabby went in for the kill.
He hates you. He hates you, Eden. Calum, when are you gonna get in here?
Stop bringing Calum into it. He's got nothing to do with any of this.
An impossible wind picked up, carrying with it the sharp scent of burnt sugar. The fake candlelight in the room glowed a deep blue as a figure materialized at the center of the pentagram. Eden did a double take.
Calum?
He was dressed in an outfit Tabby had never seen before. A midnight blue ensemble with an imposing silhouette. He wasn't wearing his glasses, but Calum's frosty gaze swept across the room with startling clarity.
What are you doing here? I thought you were sitting this one out. Unless... Did you get asked to be part of Madlock Mansion? That would be sick.
Calum stared imperiously at Eden.
Also, nice costume. Did you get it custom made? It looks so professional. You should have told me you were gonna wear something too. Maybe we could have matched.
Ask him, Eden. Ask him to tell you the truth.
Calum? Weird question, but, we're still... We are friends, right?
Ooh, Calum smiled. I don't like what they're doing. I don't like how he's being. I don't know what's the best way to go about this, but I don't think it's this way. Either of them.
Friends?
Yeah, you and me. We're like best buds.
No. Did you think we were?
Eden stared at Calum first in confusion, then disbelief.
What?
Why would I be friends with someone I loathe?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm very confused. Did he fake being his friend? Or did he just think that they were friends despite everything? And thinking that he forgave him when he didn't and he actually hates him? I'm confused. He let out a panicked laugh. My guy, what?
Are you messing with me? That was a joke, right?
Calum rolled his eyes.
There's that suffocating positivity. Let me make it clear. Because it's impossible to get anything through your thick skull. We were never friends. And we never will be.
Ooh, never were. Calum laughed.
It feels so good to say at last.
Eden ran an agitated hand through his hair.
What are you talking about? I thought you always stuck up for me. I went to bat for you.
You owed it to me for being a thorn in my side for so long. Oh, how I've suffered.
Where is this coming from? Did I do something today or yesterday?
Do you really think hatred like this forms overnight? No. You've worn people down for years and years with your relentless, insufferable personality. How lucky, or rather, unlucky I am that you never saw through my act.
Calum took a step closer to Eden.
I've been waiting years for this moment. Finally! I can stop pretending to like being around you!
Okay, so he did fake being his friend and acted like he forgave him. And so he believed that. And, okay. Oh, okay. That's not good. That's not good to do. That's not fair. Eden trembled, his hands balling into fists as he attempted to remain calm.
So this whole time, I'm not a mind reader, Calum. If I was hurting you, if you hated me, why didn't you just say something?
Oh, because you don't listen. The girl said something to you and you still just laughed it off, my guy.
You can't just hide this stuff from me and expect me to know what's going on.
You have no one to blame but yourself for being disgustingly self-absorbed. Insensitive. Narcissistic.
Yeah! And I bet you would have forgotten even if he did tell you. Like you've conveniently forgotten everything else you've done.
Eden whirled towards her in distress.
How am I supposed to know what's going to hurt you for 10 plus years if you act like nothing's wrong?
Well, she didn't act like nothing was wrong. She acted like she hated you.
Maybe it was my bad to assume something that happened when we were kids wouldn't be important anymore. But as soon as you told me, I tried to be better. I'm trying to change. But you don't want change. Neither of you do. All you want is justification. A reason to feel righteous and lash out against anyone who irritates you. Neither of you care about anyone else, do you?
The scent of magician's magic was cloying now. Even Tabby found it hard to think as she breathed it in.
What do I need to do now again? Oh, right.
As Tabby rummaged around her pockets, Eden started to laugh. It was a broken, unhinged sound, a far cry from his usual carefree attitude.
Strength, get out here!
Tabby whipped the duct tape bundle out. She clawed at the layers of tape, waiting to hear the faint jingling of bells.
Wake up already!
The layers peeled away one by one, becoming impossibly small, and then Tabby's stomach dropped. Without Strength's power, she was in big trouble.
Did he escape, or...?
Tabby turned in horror towards Caleb, who had his eyes trained on Eden.
You want to see self-absorbed. You want to see relentless. Let me make up for lost time.
As he spoke, Eden's goggles fogged up with pink and orange hues obscuring his eyes. Tabby's blood ran cold as his hair floated into the air, moving like the tendrils of an open flame. Awaken the beast! Caleb turned and ran before the transformation was even complete. He bolted through the well-hidden door. Eden followed, slamming right into the door, which had locked behind Caleb. Tabby glanced around the room in a blind panic.
There has to be another exit!
She felt the air shift before she heard him lunge. Tabby raised her arms to shield herself from the impending attack.
Wait! He doesn't even have real knives!
Tabby caught the glint of Eden's blades as they sliced through the what? She threw herself out of their path, rolling across the ground. The blades glowed as they sank into the floorboards where she had been standing.
Definitely not toys! Definitely not toys!
Tabby scrambled to her feet, rushing to keep her distance from Eden.
Caleb? Caleb!
Caleb the chicken!
He's not here, Tabs. He's always been a coward. You showed that to me. Do you really think he cares enough to stick around? If he can fake it with me for years and years, what makes you think he'd bother trying to save you?
He has a point. As Eden approached, Tabby realized she had only one choice. Fight, flight, or freeze. I mean, what would he honestly do? Would he try to actually, do something to her? Fight in what way? Strength wasn't here, but she still had to do something. Tabby swung her fist towards Eden as hard as she could. Her knuckles started from the impact against Eden's surprisingly hard mask, but the mask of its wearer seemed unaffected by the punch. Tabby darted backwards in fear. Then, not willing to wait for Eden's next move, she bolted back the way they had come. The dense mist in the adjacent room made it hard to see, but it was heavy enough to hide in. Narrowly avoiding a ghost prop, Tabby drove behind a fake tombstone and made herself as small as possible. There was no sign of Eden's growing costume or knives through the strobing lights. A cocktail of frustration and anger bubbled up past her feels and adrenaline.
Not again! Every time I want to do something, every time I try to do something about this guy, it goes wrong!
Tabby felt like she was being unfairly punished for trying to be proactive for once in her life. It was just one big cruel lesson from the universe. One big kick while she was already down.
I thought this would work, especially with teamwork.
Tabby's stomach sank in as she thought about Caleb. What's crazy is that the guy says he wants to change, or he's trying to change, but he wasn't. He was just ignoring it and pretending like it never happened. Pretending like he never did any wrongs, never apologized to them, and never acted like he could be doing anything wrong, ever.
There's no way he just left me here to fend for myself, right? He's just trying to survive, Crazy Dagger Murderer Eden. Maybe he'll even rescue.
Tabby couldn't finish that thought, the way he hadn't even looked at her.
What did I think was gonna happen?
Tabby put her head in her hands.
Did I think I had friends? Even strength has abandoned me.
Hot, angry tears rolled off her face.
I get it, okay? I suck so bad the universe wants me to die here. Will anyone even miss me?
She imagined her parents crying over her corpse with her floating over them a sad, dead specter. Her heart clenched.
They're family. They don't count. And no one else will because...
The bubbling thought that she had been suppressing finally surfaced in her mind.
people were actually nice sometimes. And I...
Yeah, she'd pushed them away in each of those rare occasions. Even the not-so-rare interactions with Eden felt like a lost opportunity now.
It's just what I deserve for being a horrible, mean, awful...
Tabby tensed up, preparing to run, bite a man if needed. Someone's coming. From where, she couldn't tell. Or perhaps they were already here. Love.
Greetings, Miss Bones. My name is Lev, and I'm here to guide you on.
Do you want to get us killed?
Flecks of glitter fell from Love's hat as Tabby shook her for emphasis.
Yeah, well, unhap me at once, Tabitha.
Only if you stop yelling.
Tabby used her arm to smear the tears off her face without letting go of the pixie, shaking Love again in the process.
Let me go.
Tabby released the pixie. With a huff, Love dusted off her frilly dress.
Regardless of your pity party, that's no way to treat a new friend. I'm here to guide you on your path to love, not violence. Of course, I don't mean romantic love. You must find that on your own, if you choose to seek it at all. I'm talking about self-love. You can only get along with others if you're at peace with yourself, Tabitha. To project light outwards, you must first seek it within yourself.
Listen, that's real great and all.
Where's strength? Can you get me out of here? Did you see Eden on the way here? What would this one do?
Did you see a wild-looking guy with glowing knives out there? Oozing with murderous intent? If you did, how close was he?
Love waved dismissively, causing sparkles to fly from her fingertips.
We have other things to worry about, I'm afraid. You seem to have gotten yourself into quite the pickle here.
Yes, that's what I'm trying to say.
Actually, you've been saying a lot of, woe is me, woe is me.
No, I wasn't.
Tabby peeked out from behind the tombstone, still no sign of Eden.
Listen, you know what could bail me out of this awful situation?
Self-affirming meditative exercises?
What? No! I'm talking about that candy! The stuff that gives me the cool super strength!
For shame, Tabitha. More reckless power is not the cure for this predicament.
Oh my
You're
goodness.
far too good for these power-grubbing schemes. I fear you've let yourself be swayed to the dark side with your unstable emotions and deep, self-inflicted loneliness. Perhaps if you confided in someone, your emotional burden would seem less insurmountable.
Girl, do you really think this is the right time? Love tapped her chin thoughtfully.
I've got it! What about that Eden boy? The one with whom you share so many interests.
Eden? I can't! He's gonna kill me!
Her face.
I understand your apprehension, but it can't be that bad.
No, you don't understand. He's literally a monster!
Right now. Love's right eye twitched and her smile became strained.
You must stop putting others down to raise yourself up.
That's not what's happening.
This stubbornness has gone on for long enough.
Stubbornness? Stubbornness? You've been here for like 2 seconds.
Tabitha,
You don't know anything about what I am. Or what he is, for that matter.
Tabitha.
He's a freak, love. Even when he's not like this. But right now, the only thing on his mind is cutting my head off and using it as a basketball.
Tabitha! You listen to me, you little You're never going to have any friends if you keep this up. And trust me, you need friends.
What?
Without a support system, you will remain sour and despicable until the end of time!
Oh, thank God.
Is that what you want, Tabitha? To never open yourself up to anything better in life?
Yes.
Because that's where you're headed!
In the silence that followed Love's outburst, Tabby's heart sank. She couldn't tell if it was because her patience was running out or if the pixie had actually struck a nerve. Tabby cleared her throat and pried Love's hands off of her hoodie.
Well, you know what? I'm never gonna be able to fix it if I don't survive this!
Tabby grabbed Love and flipped her upside down, shaking the pixie with vigor. A round piece of candy fell out from Love's skirt and onto the ground. Before it disappeared into the mist, Tabby dove for the candy, tossing Love aside in the process. Bro, what's this? Bro. I can't with this dress. Tabby didn't even bother examining her outfit. Based on past experience, she knew she looked ridiculous, and it's true, she does. Love, on the other hand, was mentally staring holes into Tabby's frilly lace.
What? 5-second rule.
You toss me like a piece of trash! Shh. Excuse me?
I can't hear anything over your voice, and we're being hunted by my lunatic class bully. It's a long story.
Not like she was listening. To Love's credit, the pixie fell silent.
I don't hear anything.
The swish of the ghost passed in and out of the mist had long been filtered out by Tabby's brain, but that noise was absent now. Unsettled, Tabby peered over the tombstones. No more ghosts. As if someone had cut them out. Tabby held her wand out like a sword as she took a careful step through the fog.
Nice costume.
Thanks. Tabby left it there as fabric brushed her back. She slashed through the mist with her wand, hoping it would miraculously connect with Eden's face. He stepped back coolly, blade outstretched to intercept the swipe. She pulled her arm back, ready to strike again. Tabby felt Eden's knife slash into her arm, followed by a sharp pain. Oh my god, dude! Blood dripped from the wound, fresh, warm, and suddenly too real. My god!
Are we okay?
Tabby didn't answer, focusing on clutching her arm and applying pressure as she backed away. The blood kept coming. That had never happened with strength before. Whatever Love's power was, even with this new magic coursing through her, Tabby felt scared, vulnerable, and worst of all, weak.
Tabitha! Tabitha, are you listening to me? Don't just stand there, we have to run! Run!
Tabby lurched into motion, dancing around until she was able to figure out the exact timing to duck under Eden's next swipe. As she miraculously sprinted past him without injury, Tabby's mind raced, juggling too many things at once. Why is he trying to hurt me, though? But this is not the way to prove that you've changed. The pain in her arm, the shrill sound of Love screaming, the stress of having to find a way out. If there were emergency exits around, they hadn't been clearly marked. That left only two places where she could hide. The funhouse and the doll hall. Both were staffed with scare actors who would inevitably get copped up in their chase. Could she race all the way to the doll hall and hope Eden would get caught up in slashing other people? Or should she lure him to the funhouse mirror room, which would be less crowded? The funhouse, obviously, there's less people. Tabby made a quick decision, aiming to sprint to the funhouse mirror room. As she raced down the adjacent hall, she spotted some other students coming up the path. There was also a clown waiting to scare them, his back turned to her as he hid behind a wall. Tabby's stomach clenched. She'd chosen this route to avoid getting other people caught up in Eden's spree, hadn't she? Yes.
Run! Run!
The clown turned to see who was barreling through the house in the wrong direction.
Hey kid! You're going the wrong way.
Just run! He's gonna you!
Okay, the students and actors scattered in a panic. In their frantic confusion, some ran past Tabby directly into Eden's path. No! Tabby hoped that the screams that echoed around her were of people being chased, not people being slashed to ribbons. If only she understood what love's power was, maybe she could have stood and defended them.
What am I supposed to do with your magic, love?
Oh, that's easy. Feel better for one.
So nothing that'll help us survive?
Serotonin production is an important part of survival.
Girl, are you not seeing what's going on? Tabby groaned and ignored Love's lecture about self-responses. Luckily, having fused with strength twice before, she had some clue as to what to do next. Tabby had the wand aloft in front of her as she ran.
Okay, just gotta wave it around. Around.
She made frantic figure eights through the air.
Come on!
The soft pink light enveloped the end of the wand. It glowed brighter and brighter, radiating warmth until... Phew! The beam shot up from the wand quick as
A laser? This is something I can work with.
Tabby turned to see if Eden was still behind her. Not that she ever wanted the people in the hallway to distract him, but her stomach sank as she spotted him hot on her trail, glowing ominously. Tabby waved the wand in his direction.
It's not a laser, and it is not to be used to attack people.
Too bad, it's gonna be right now.
I call it the love beam.
Well, it's gonna be used right now. Said love beam flew off in a different direction than Tabby had intended. Where to
Tell me
go?
You're joking.
The love beam fills its targets with the power of love, a sense of inner warmth and appreciation not just for others, but also themselves.
Eden shattered the light near him in one swift move, swinging his blades up through the bulbs. The light bulbs exploded into sparks and shatters of glass. In the sudden shadows, he seemed to glow even more menacingly.
Warmth? Can it at least melt off faces? No! How is that helpful then? I might as well spit you back out and start throwing bricks or something.
Yeah, literally. Tabby tried to aim at Eden again. She felt the magic surge through the wand along with Love's displeasure. Suddenly, her limbs tingled with pins and needles as they began moving without her input. The beams flew off in the wrong direction again. This time it hit an unfortunate clown who hadn't quite made it out of the hall. They swiveled towards Tabby.
Who's laughing? I am! Cause seeing you have a good time puts a real smile on my face.
Excuse me? Sorry.
That outfit's looking real sharp, kid. Careful, you might cut someone on it.
She aimed the wand at the clown again, hoping another shot would cure them of whatever was happening.
Tabitha!
Tabby's arm moved on its own with enough force to spin her all the rounds.
Ow! Stop that!
You stop that! Have you learned nothing about my views on violence?
Girl, this isn't violence!
For as long
Is it?
as I must inhabit this body, you will not go around trying to hurt people with our powers!
I was gonna undo it. And those are your hang-ups, not mine. Let go of my arm!
What is happening here? Eden continued to make long, calm strides down the corridor. Girl, we're gonna die! Let me have my arm! He flashed another set of lights and plunged more of the hallway into darkness.
We gotta go now.
Leave the clown to their fate. Send the clown away? Send him away! Tabby gained the upper hand against Love long enough to wave the clown away.
Shoo! Get out of here!
Literally, because that's what heroes do. Yeah, because I can be your angle. Hang on.
Oh yeah, anything you say, you inspire me.
Thanks. The clown waved and jogged cheerfully behind a wall, presumably towards a hidden employee exit. Anyway, that was weird. Tabby rounded the corner and entered the next hall of the mirror maze. She was relieved to see it was empty as she expected. Any students or actors that had passed through here must have kept running all the way to the entrance. What are you doing now?
Be here any minute. Give me my arm back.
Not until you promise you're not going to use it for evil.
In their continued fight for dominance, the wand fired off shot after shot. The blast ricocheted off the warped plexiglass until the air was filled with pink beams. Tabby dove to the ground to avoid the growing laser storm whizzing through the room. Even then, her hands were balling and unballing into fists as love tried to take over completely.
I can't crawl like this. Let the hollandaise go!
You know my conditions.
I'm gonna get chopped up into 1,000 little pieces because of you.
I'm sure you'll find a different, non-violent solution to prevent that.
Oh my god! Eden appeared in a doorway which was completely dark now. He paused as if to assess the sight before him. The endless beams of light in Tabby's arm moving like a wild eel while she was frozen mid-crawl. Hi!
Chutes and ladders! I mean, shoelaces! Are you censoring me?
Yes, and this is like, what is happening here? Eden rolled his shoulders as if limbering up before a workout. Then he took a careful step forward, paring beams away with his knife. Sensing he would be on her in a second, Tabby jumped to her feet just to get hit squarely in the face by a beam.
Falafel! My eyes!
She scrambled backwards, half blinded by pink spots.
I tried to tell you to be careful.
Love relinquished control of Tabby's arm so she could clutch her face in peace.
Careful with what? Stray lasers from my own wand?
Literally.
What kind of shrimpy design? Oh wait, it's already clearing up.
As she blinked away tears, Tabby felt only a deep sense of disappointment.
That was like 2 seconds of light. It barely even warmed my face. I knew it was useless.
Do I look like the kind of pixie who would go around giving children face-melting lasers? I told you. It's a tool to inspire confidence and camaraderie.
I'm confident that I'm not feeling any camaraderie with anyone right now.
Tabby glanced around the room, keeping an eye out for both lasers and knives.
Where did he go?
Don't ask me. I can't see any better than you, Tabitha.
Tabby swung her wand through the air preemptively. Eden burst out from the opposite doorway and ran at Tabby,
When did he get over there?
springing into action out of the instinctive self-defense. Tabby slammed him upside the head with the pommel of the wand. Oh! Eden's mask was knocked askew, but Tabby didn't wait for him to adjust it. She tackled him with all the force she could muster. Even without her small size and limited athletic ability, she still managed to knock him off balance. Eden staggered, tripping into the funhouse mirrors. They buckled from the force of its impact, shards of glass raining down on both of them and scattered across the floor. With one of her arms still wrapped around Eden, Tabby grabbed a mirror fragment, desperately trying to gain some leverage in the fight. Unfortunately, Eden had recovered much quicker than Tabby, pushing her to the side and making her drop the sharpened glass. In a fit of desperation, she smashed the heavy end of their wand into Eden's wrist. Tabby winced, realizing she had definitely struck bone. Eden stopped in his tracks, clutching his hand. Sorry, bro. Like, I don't know what you want me to do. His breath sounded ragged beneath his mask, like he was gritting his teeth against the pain. Now sit still while I hit you with my love beam. Or not? Tabby ran for it, knowing instinctively that this was going to be the only moment to flee. She was so close to the exit, she just had to keep running until she was out of the mansion. Tabby burst into the entrance hall.
The glowing moon is here!
I'm too young to die!
Why are y'all here?
It's me! Tabby!
Tabby?
Why the Hellenistic age are you all here? I thought everyone else left!
Yeah, why are you here?
Hellenistic age? The doors are locked. We've tried everything. Even the windows are sealed shut.
Oh god. That was probably Caleb's doing. They had discussed making it impossible for Eden to leave. Wait, where did... Tabby looked around at the sizable crowd of trapped students and her stomach flipped.
One of the clowns told us someone was people and glowing.
He was what?
Sorry. Continue.
Company policy states that we can't have our phones on us. Otherwise, we would have called the police.
Some people already left to try the alternative exits, but they haven't come back yet.
We banged on the door too, but none of the people outside even came to check.
Honestly, that door isn't even supposed to be closed.
Did you see the How did you escape?
I didn't. He's
She spotted the glow out of the corner of her eye. There he is, right in with the crowd, just like we wanted. No. Tabby leapt out of the way just as Eden's blade swirled through the doorway. There was nowhere else to run. This room had a dead end. Her dead end if she didn't find a new way to survive fast.
Love! Help! Love! We're gonna die!
Literally.
Love, tell me what to do!
I've been saying it already. You have to open your heart to yourself first.
Not the time!
What does that mean? Real steps only.
Tabby fired off another beam at Eden.
All right, let's start from there.
Eden batted the beam away, causing it to hit one of her classmates instead.
Oh, cool trick, Tabby!
Thanks.
Do it again! Oh, you're so cool.
The other students looked horrified at the sudden and inexplicable outburst. Anyway, Tabby fired off yet another shot. Yet another deflected shot.
Whoa! You go, Tabby! You can do it!
This clearly wasn't working.
Come on, love! What comes next?
Exactly what they said. Repeat after me. I can do this.
I can do this.
You have to believe it.
I can do this.
The next beam flew faster, but Eden still managed to dodge this laser. Jonathan, whom had the beam hit instead, applauded. Of course he did. Eden's blade cut right into him.
Ouch!
Jonathan, move!
Whatever you say, Tabby, your opinion really matters to me.
Tabby tossed more props at Eden once she slashed away with ease.
All of you, keep away from the knives!
Literally.
You're so smart, Tabby. Why didn't I think of that?
Because you're a moron. Now go.
Next one. There are people that care about me and my worth. Remember, you have to mean it.
Girl, are you insane?
That's too long!
Eden rushed at her. Tabby held the wand up and fired blindly.
There are people that care about me and my worth. Remember, you have to mean it. That's right. We do care. We mean it.
The beam shot out twice as fast and appeared twice as wide.
I wish I could do that when I was your age. You're an inspiration.
Girl!
What's wrong with all of you?
Last one. I'm getting better and better each day. I've got this.
Eden slashed right through her good arm. Not my good arm. Tabby lashed out right back at him, managing to punch him in the gut.
I've got this. Yeah, you do.
Show that
Girl.
creep what you're made of.
Go, Tabby! I know you can do it.
Because I'm awesome.
Yeah!
You're the best.
I am the best.
Girl, no! Tabby grabbed a broken board and smacked it over Eden's head. Eden staggered back, more in surprise than pain. It took less than a second for him to recover, however, and he pounced on Tabby, pinning her to the ground.
Leave Tabby alone. She doesn't deserve that.
I don't deserve this.
He managed to wiggle one arm from under his weight. Eden raised his knife.
I don't deserve this.
The knife sank into the ground and Tabby gasped.
It didn't work, but I felt it. Is this the end?
All remaining adrenaline drained out of her, replaced by a strong sense of regret.
Just when I was feeling proud of myself for once?
Eden's whole body shook with laughter.
Wow. Woo! Real cool moves, Tabby. I've always said you were super fun to be around.
The door to the haunted house smashed open, letting in a flood of blinding light. Firefighters and paramedics swarmed through the opening, followed by what looked like her entire 8th grade class. Hey. Tabby felt the magic leave her body before they got too close. Love clambered into Tabby's hood as soon as the transformation dissipated.
Oh my god! Eden! Tabby!
It wasn't me!
Are you alright?
She was so brave.
It didn't wear off!
She saved us all.
We've gotta tell everybody.
It's that guy right there, officers.
Tabby was super cool. I wish you'd all been there to see it.
The police grabbed Eden, who didn't resist in the slightest.
He's got knives too.
The knives in question clattered to the ground as Eden was handcuffed. They were clearly just costume props. The police bagged the evidence up before allowing the paramedics to approach Eden and check for injuries. Tabby couldn't believe it was all over, and all I got was a lousy photo this way to the exit. She sat in a state of shock, moving only to allow the paramedics access to her injuries. Tabby vaguely registered the voice of someone asking her if she could walk. She stood in a daze, following the scare actors and other students out of the house.
Everybody, clap for Tabby! She saved us all!
It's true.
There was a smattering of applause from Tabby's classmates. A crew of students chimed in about Tabby's expert takedown.
She was amazing! Woohoo, Tabby!
Bro, be quiet! Eden was pushed into an ambulance, still handcuffed.
Thanks for saving us. I don't know how you weren't scared.
It's because she's a tried and true hero.
The applause and cheers grew louder as students surrounded her in a bubble of praise. Tabby felt the sound warm her up from inside.
Are you hurt, Tabby? We don't want you to be hurt.
No, I mean, yes, but
Excuse me, medic! Tabby should be treated ASAP!
wait. Oh, maybe she's actually fine. I would totally believe it after her amazing fight. I bet Eden couldn't even scratch her.
Tabby looked down at her arms, hastily covering gauze and tape.
You're right. She was just so cool.
Can I go to the hospital now? Bask in the attention, express gratitude.
Thanks.
We should be thanking you.
Tabby smiled.
I'm glad no one else was badly hurt.
The applause grew even louder.
Gosh, that smile.
This is weird.
Dashing, so kind.
Exactly!
Caleb. Tabby's smile faltered as Caleb emerged from the crowd.
Yes, imagine if that maniac had gotten out of the house. Tabby saved all of us!
Another cheer ran through the students.
But we can give her all the praise that she deserves later. She sacrificed a lot for us. So right now, as her friend, I'm asking you all to let her rest.
We ain't friends, Caleb.
Caleb's right. Give her some space.
Oh, yeah, Tabby, you rest up.
I'm going to call my mom and tell her you saved my life!
Tabby gave a little bow and everyone started cheering again. Before Tabby could be surrounded by more applauding students, Caleb placed one firm hand on Tabby's elbow and led her forcibly over to a bench near the sidewalk. Still within the eyesight of the other middle schoolers, Caleb smiled guilelessly.
So, you survived.
Yeah, no thanks to you.
Yeah, I did. No thanks to you.
Tabby took in his innocent expression and narrowed her eyes.
Did you expect me not to?
I expected some difficulty.
Yeah, well, if you expected so much.
Where were you? What happened? Honestly, what happened?
What the hell happened to all your carefully laid plans? Why did everything fall apart? Or was that your plan all along?
Caleb continued to smile as if the expression I had been plastered onto his face.
Magician had more difficulty controlling Eden than we had anticipated. A simple malfunction, nothing more.
From her perspective,
I have no say in the matter. How magic manifests, how it mingles with man, that is out of my purview.
he thinks that the other guy was at fault for things, but he has the same issue of thinking that he's at fault for nothing. Everything inside Tabby was telling her that this was a lie, also incredibly pretentious.
I don't buy it.
Caitlin's eyes flashed, his gaze hardening even as his smile widened.
You don't? I don't know what to tell you, Tabby.
I think you need help, bro.
That's the only truth I have to offer.
Love emerged from Tabby's hood, peeking out at Caleb from behind Tabby's thick braids.
Is this a friend of yours, Tabitha?
No. Tabby was slow to answer Love, turning the question over in her mind.
I don't know.
No. Friends don't leave friends hanging. Tabby gave Caleb a sharp look.
Friends don't leave friends hanging. I learned that recently. They step up and stand up for each other in the face of difficulty. But you disappeared on me.
Atta girl! Tell them how you really feel!
Caleb glanced at Love, who shrank back instinctively. She reached down to pat Tabby's shoulder. Tabby felt herself smile with sudden self-confidence.
You know, if you're having trouble with Magician, I could take a look.
Caleb raised an eyebrow.
Take a look how, exactly?
I know I could make better use of Magician. Let me have him for a day to see if we're more compatible.
I don't think you need manipulation.
And then if we are...
Caleb crossed his arms.
Why would I do that? We would have swapped from the start if it was so simple to adjust to different pixie magic.
You never know until you try. You said it yourself. Magic is weird and unpredictable. Look what happened to Eden and Mr. Teacher. I'm the one with the more successful track record for pixie powers anyway.
Are you?
We both had 2 chances. You and Magician botched yours. I executed my parts perfectly. You can't fight the numbers.
Caleb shrugged.
Maybe you would have even more problems.
Yeah, I don't think anyone needs that one Magician.
Trust me, Magician needs a careful guiding hand.
That's not fit for anyone.
And someone who can bounce back from the malfunctions.
He can speak for himself. Where is Magician anyway?
Of course, it's easy for you when all you're doing is destroying things. Have you done any work that needs a refined touch? A fine-tuned approach?
Tabby opened and closed her mouth, begrudgingly acknowledging his point.
Besides, I saw that you have a new pixie friend.
Perfect. Caleb fully turned his reptilian gaze towards Love, who huddled close to Tabby.
So quick to turn to the next. I feel ill at ease simply handing Magician over to you. Especially if you're replacing pixies left and right, like they're disposable tools. Unlike you, I value my relationship with Magician over the novelty of a shiny, new thing.
I haven't replaced anyone!
Well, in that case, have you considered giving me your excess pixies? Since they've
No.
given you such excellent results. A little charity for one in need.
No. Tabby stood up, putting Love in her pocket. Love gave a small cry of protest, but didn't emerge again.
They're not excess anything!
Sit down before someone decides something is wrong.
Tabby flopped back down on the bench with a huff.
They're not excess tools!
Oh? So this new one isn't a surplus to the first? Where is Strength anyway? I haven't seen him buzzing around you like an anxious bee.
Caleb furrowed his brow and adjusted his glasses as if he was seriously contemplating Strength's absence. I feel like he knows where he is. He quickly schooled his expression back to one of insufferable superiority.
He's...
Accused Caleb of being involved. Admit that Strength is missing. I feel like he is involved. Tabby felt the helplessness of not knowing where Strength was rising up within her. She realized that she was actually worried.
I don't know where Strength is. There was nothing in the tape. He's gone missing. He didn't show up when I called him.
Caleb taped a finger to his chin.
Perhaps I should have taken Strength off your hands after all.
But just because I lost him doesn't mean you can take him away. Pixies aren't disposable. I wouldn't toss them in the first place. And especially not to someone who bails at the first sight of conflict.
She has a point. Tabby glanced suspiciously at Caleb. He met her eyes and then looked away.
Do you have any information about what happened to him? Since Magician was the last one with Strength.
Yeah.
We were all there. I'm not sure what might have happened.
Right.
Yeah, right. He doesn't.
After all, Magician placed Strength back in your possession, albeit fully bound. We all saw.
We didn't see him being bound. He paused again and frowned.
It is strange that he should disappear so close to a pivotal moment.
Why is he acting like he doesn't know what's going on?
Caleb shook his head and shrugged nonchalantly.
I'll keep an eye out. Okay, Tabby?
Right.
Thank you for letting me know.
You're upset.
Did it need to be so destructive? The damage was far beyond what I intended.
And what were your intentions if nobody saw him after all? If the scale was so small as to be undetectable?
I just mean that Only Eden needed to get caught red-handed. I couldn't care less if he was flattened under a falling beam in the process.
That is so excessive, dude.
But a whole group of students were hurt. I didn't mean for chaos and devastation at that scale.
It was a necessary evil.
Caleb looked at Magician with equal parts suspicion and supplication.
You keep saying that, but you won't explain further or tell me why we need to go this far. Tabby's endured our malfunctions twice in a row now, even if only the first was unintentional. And now we've resorted to underhanded poaching. Why did you act without consulting me?
No, maybe he did have no part in it, but why is he acting weird like this?
If you were going to kidnap...
Trust me, Caleb. All of this is for your own good. The time will come when it will make sense.
Bro, what? Caleb opened his locker and reached inside. Oh! A sleepy, mint-colored pixie took a careful step forward, raising one shaking hand towards Caleb.
Caleb, you're better than this.
Caleb didn't respond. Magician frowned as the boy remained frozen, hand hovering above his book. After a moment, Caleb stared down at both pixies inside the locker, clearly conflicted.
Caleb, who was destined for this but you?
Bro.
No one else will look out for your future.
Oh, he's being manipulated by him.
You must act decisively to secure the best path forward.
This isn't the way to do it.
That is the only way you will be happy, Caleb.
But is he happy? No. Caleb clenched his jaw and grabbed his notebooks, shoving them into his bag and motionlessly.
Please!
The locker closed with a decisive and final bang. Look forward to Act 3. Wait, what?